Hello, everybody. This is breaking news that we're having right now, especially if you're a part of North and South Carolina. The FAA has shut down three airports and closed airspace in North and South Carolina due to national security initiatives. Biden said he's working on it, and it's due to the reference of the Chinese balloon. Now, I am in a military town where Air Base is. As a matter of fact, Seymour Johnson Air Force Base, and the planes stopped flying a couple of hours ago. So we don't know exactly what's happening. We do know that Joe Biden is working from Camp David. This is a breaking story, and we're going to go over a few things. All operations in Charleston, Myrtle Beach, and Wilmington are paused for national security initiative. This is coming from Sam Sweeney over at ABC News, and this is until effective until 2:45. We're going to see exactly if the planes are going to start again running, flying, but we know that the planes are not flying at this time. And so, if you're a resident of North or South Carolina, there's nothing we can do. This is the cost that we pay to live in a beautiful state, especially for us that live in military towns. And so, it is very. Yes, ma'am. We are the home of the jet flyers, and we have technology, the most advanced planes in the military here at Seymour Johnson Air Force Base. And we don't know. It's strange. I was just having this conversation a week and a half ago regarding the disadvantages of living in a military town. And especially an Air Force base. We feel secure because of the fact that we have the military here, and they're going to open up a can if something goes down. However, the disadvantages are that if something goes down, then we are the military protect us as much as they can. We are their first, they're our defense at first. However, like I said, Biden is working at Camp David. That right there should give us pause that the president of the United States has gone to Camp David, which means that there is extra security. I'm sure him and his family are at Camp David at this time. We are definitely trying to find out more information. We know that it's due to the fact of the balloon that China has been flying over America the first these past few weeks, and let me give you a screenshot of the balloon that's been flying over China, and I'm sure you've seen it. And I'm wondering, my question is, why was this balloon allowed to be in? How did it even get here without coming unnoticed? And why were they allowed to fly this over our airspace? And this is this is what I want to know. This is the balloon from China. This is the AP coming from the Associated Press. And, we're proud of hearing the jets fly as we live here in this city. But it is concerning that the balloon is possibly over our airspace in North Carolina. Like I stated before, the story that we have is that if you are in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, if you are in Charleston, North or South Carolina, and if you are in Wilmington, there's a cause of concern. Wilmington is less than, an hour and a half from where we're located now in North Carolina. So we are wondering what Biden's concern. I know that he's at Camp David, and he boarded his plane, and so it, what are we to do? There's nothing that we can do. The Chinese spy balloon is in our airspace, and we don't know what its purpose is. And so what we're going to do is we're going to try to find some people that's hopefully in that area, reach out to some of, okay, we got something going on here. So let me pull this up so you all can see. This is going over on someone's house in, I'm going to show you, just hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. I'm going to show you an active shot of what's going on over their house now. So we have a video right coming up. Okay. Here we go. All right. Here we go right now. Okay, this is happening now over someone's house in North Carolina. And again, we don't know exactly what's going on. Let's see if we can enlarge this. Let me drop myself down so you can see this right here. Now, these are fighter jets going on, and this just happened 2 minutes ago. This is a video that was taken 2 minutes ago. These are, as we know from living in the state of North Carolina and being very familiar with aircraft and being very familiar with logistics and maneuvers that the Air Force does, there is something going on. This, we got to give credit to this poster. This is America First. I don't know who it is. This is going over their house in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. The military is all over this. Again, this, as you notice, this video came in at 2:11 p.m. and it is now 2:14. So you know this video is active. So we definitely are on this story. We're going to keep you posted. But again, if you live in North Carolina, it's to be, and if you live in, if you're an American citizen, it's something to be concerned about. But again, we definitely want to use caution. Okay, we got another video coming up here. This just in. Let me share my screen so you all can see. You all can see this. This is just in. Let me enlarge this. Okay, near Myrtle Beach, 2 jets are circling. Not great and not cold. Okay, we got 2 jets circling here. Let's see if we got some audio on this. We just have the audio from the, and if you can see the balloon, the Chinese balloon right here. This just came in 1 minute ago. Right here, I'm circling it. This right here. The fighter jets, I'm sure we're going to know whether or not they're going to shoot this thing down or whether or not they're going to, allow it to get into the ocean and then shoot it down. I know that the Associated Press was reporting that they wanted to shoot this down, but they want it shot down over not in international waters, but in American waters in the ocean, so they can retrieve the the balloon. So, and they have gotten all kinds of intelligence on us over the however long this balloon has been flying over here. Okay, we're gonna show you another. This just came in 9 seconds ago, and the U.S. military is just about ready to knock this balloon out in Myrtle Beach, very close to the water's edge. This just came in. Do you all see the activity here. This is just a photo. I wish it was a video, but that is a photo. We are on this at Save News. We like I said, we are in a military town. I'm sure our boys at Seymour Johnson Air Force Base is all over this, along with our other military Air Force that is in the state of North Carolina and the military bases over in South Carolina. We're proud of our boys. We're proud of the guys and the girls, the boys and the girls that service the United States of America. As far as the military, let me pull up some more information because this stuff is coming in fast. It is coming in fast, and we are here to report it. We are here to report it. We're just seeing these images. Let me pull this back on screen. We're seeing these images come in now. So, as I stated, as you all can see, these are jets near Myrtle Beach. So this is happening now over in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I'm sure that they have enlisted the assistance of all of the military in our state. We are proud of them. Let's see if we can pull this up right now. There is, okay, let me pull this up because this is showing the spy balloon, the Chinese spy balloon here. Can you see it? I'm sure you can.
Yeah, okay. That China balloon.
You all see the balloon?
It's supposed to be spying or whatever. There it is. It ain't the most clear video because it's so far away. But there it is. That's crazy.
Okay. And then we see the photos of it. This is from a Marcus Hubbard. I wonder if you related to me, Marcus Hubbard, in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Not too many of us Hubbards, but anyway, back to the story. Back to the news. You hope we be praying for you, Marcus. Okay. Okay, we have a K-135 that's refueling in Myrtle Beach. You all can see this now, that one of our fighter jets is refueling over in Myrtle Beach. This is the trajectory of our aircraft here, the military aircraft here. All right. This is, as you can see, these are maneuvers here that's going on. All right. So we are definitely on this story. Please let us know if you're in Myrtle Beach and you're watching this or you're close to Myrtle Beach. Let us know. And as you can see, this is it flew right over today. This was 25 minutes ago. Okay, that person. You see the two jets that's circling, and we can tell that this is jets, especially if you have been in the military or you've lived in a military town. There's certain smoke forms, lack of a better term, that jets leave behind, and jets leave this type of smoke behind as they're flying. And you can see that he said two jets, but right here it looked like the trail of another one right here. So it could possibly be three jets that was in that area. Again, like I said, we're definitely on this story. If someone is in Myrtle Beach that's watching now, whether you're on any of our platforms, we're gonna pull this up. Okay. We have a maneuver jet right here.
Another jet going around, but
okay. Okay. Let me get back to this video. I want this video right here. This just came in 24 seconds ago.
Flying circles around it. I think there might be another jet going around, but it's in Myrtle Beach. And the jets are just going round and round. So in Myrtle Beach, we have the balloon And we have 2 jets there flying circles around it. I think there might be another jet going around, but
Right.
it's in Myrtle
Let's
Beach.
get a closer view.
And the jets are just going round and round. So in Myrtle Beach, we have the balloon.
Okay. So we have that going on right there. Is as far as the jets going around and around. You know, we're bringing this to you live, and you know, hot on this story. Yes. The balloon now is, you know, it's still over in Myrtle Beach. Our military is handling it. This is a photo of the taken out of Myrtle Beach right now. So we definitely stand on it. As I stated, our team here at Seymour Johnson Air Force Base, they're not in the air. We are the home of the fighter jets, as she stated, and we're going to bring in, like I stated, if we have some viewers now, because here's another photo here. Oops, didn't want that. Okay, it is spotted. The Chinese spy balloon is spotted over PD moving towards Myrtle Beach. That is, you know, they had to write this story, but here it is. Let's see. Let me show you this right here. Let me hide this comment. Let me show you this right here that we have some more information coming in. Let's pull this up right quick. And this is now it went from, the balloon was first spotted in Montana, then over Missouri, and the balloon was spotted over Asheville, North Carolina on Saturday morning. This balloon is roughly 60,000 feet above the surface. So what is strange is, you know, its trajectory is where the military bases are. So, you know, it's not like it used to be many years ago where you would have to take pictures and then get it back to its origin and then download the pictures. Things can be sent by satellite now. So they have all our game. You see what I'm saying? Now, this was over in Asheville, North Carolina earlier this morning. Okay. And they bring in, okay, now we can see the trajectory of this going here. Now, this is the coast of North Carolina, and I'm sure right in here is where they're going to take this thing down. But the thing of it is, they've already gathered the information that they need. You know, they've gathered the information that they need. Again, let me show you this video again. Now, this was over Asheville, North Carolina, and the balloon was roughly over 60,000 feet above the surface. But again, this balloon started in Montana and then went over in Missouri. You know, how safe are we, you know, under this administration that would allow, number one, how did it even get from where it originated from to Montana? And it traveled all the way across the United States to the East Coast, showing where our military bases are, taking information, sending back pictures via satellite or whichever way they're doing it. They have all our information. And you know, the other day, one former military personnel stated that we would be in a war with China within the next 2 to 3 years. So, you know, what's going on here? They have the things, whatever they need, to pull whatever they need off. Okay. So, okay, CNN has just, the FAA has issued a ground stop for airports. Well, that's old here to 245. I already reported. I started that. So Charleston, South Carolina, Myrtle Beach is where this thing is at. So let's pull this up, this right here up. This just came in, and I want you to see this right here. So let's pull this video up here. And as you can see, well, that's the sun, but as you can see, these are the trails that the fighter jets have left. This person posted this 5 minutes ago in Myrtle Beach.
I can see the balloon. Can you see the balloon? Yeah, I can see the balloon.
Right, you see the balloon? See right here?
They're just making a circle around it.
Yeah, they're making a circle around it right now.
Okay, so again, we are on this story. If you live in Myrtle Beach, if you live in any of the areas, let us know exactly what you are showing and what you're reporting, what you're seeing. We would love to see what you're seeing, because we are definitely, we're not going to be able to get, and nobody is, until I hope that they go ahead and bring this thing down. But it seems like it's really close to the coast. All right, the coast of South Carolina. Okay, this is another video of this showing this right here. You can see it. You see the fighter jets. Okay, they're zooming in on it. Can you see it? All righty. The fighter jets. Now this is close, to the coast. This is close to people where people are living. So our question, we want to make sure that people are safe. And we know our military is about that life. They're going to make sure the American citizens are safe, that there are no tragedies bringing this thing down. So this is right over the marketplace right now. It's right above the Market Commons in Myrtle Beach right now. As you see, it's 2:30. This just came in. This is hot. So, crazy. Our nation, how secure is our nation that a country can have a balloon in our country traveling from Montana to the coast of North Carolina, getting all kinds of sensitive data from our nation. And it's unheard of. Where's national security with this? Did our president not know, or how did the balloon even get here from wherever it came from? What is our president doing to secure the safety of our people, the people here in North Carolina, South Carolina, and not just North Carolina and South Carolina, but the people in the United States of America? This balloon just didn't, all of a sudden it was over Montana. Did it originate from Montana? Is there someone in Montana that launched this attack? Because you can say what you call whatever you want. This is an attack on our nation. Okay? This is an attack on our nation. This is, from Montana to the coast of North Carolina, I don't know exactly how many military bases there are. There are in between. Yeah, it's very disturbing that this balloon. I want to know where it originated from and how did it get here without being unnoticed. Okay, let's see. Montana has military bases. Um, there's several military bases. I Googled how many bases are there between North Carolina and Montana, and it doesn't say. There's one military base in Montana, and that's Maelstrom Air Force Base. And notice that this thing is covering where Air Force bases are. So I don't know, bases by state. I don't know, because it doesn't give me the exact, but this is very, very, very disturbing. I know we in North Carolina have a lot of military bases. We have Fort Bragg, Army, we have Camp Lejeune, we have Seymour Johnson. We have several military bases in North Carolina alone. And then there are military bases in South Carolina. And one thing, like I stated, the military base here in North Carolina at Seymour Johnson, we have the most advanced fighter jets that the military has. Okay. Now this balloon has come from Montana to now it's in Myrtle Beach. So my question is, again, where did this originate from? Why weren't American citizens told? Why weren't the citizens in this state notified of the danger, the potential danger to us? Why weren't we notified? Why weren't the citizens of the United States notified early? You're going to tell me that they did not notice this balloon until it got into Montana? This right here is happening now in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. You see the balloon, you see the fighter jets circling around it. I really, to me, it's too close to the coast where there are people living to take this thing down, especially when you don't know what's in it. You know what I'm saying? If you blow it up, you don't know whether there are explosives in it, whether it is some type of chemical warfare in it. We don't, at least we don't know. I know that the Associated Press and different news outlets besides ourselves, they are stating that they wanted to bring this balloon down in the ocean, in the United States ocean space, not in international waters, because then it will cause other issues if it's in international waters. But to bring it into American waters and take it down, again, we don't know what's in this thing. We don't know whether it's a nuclear device or whatever. This is wild. This is wild that we're able to, again, this thing traveled all the way across the country. Did they not reach out and ask, what is this in here to China? Is the relation so bad? Didn't Biden know? What about the Secret Service? They did not get intelligence that this thing was coming. and has been allowed to be in our airspace traveling across the country. It could have chemical warfare in it. It could have been spreading chemicals down on the citizens of the United States of America crossing from Montana. And that's when they first saw it. You know, Montana isn't in the ocean, by the ocean. Did it come from the California side? Did it come out through Canada? I mean, where did this thing come from? Where did it come from? You know, that's what we want to know. We want to know, where did it come from? And how was it allowed to stay in our airspace so long? And why wasn't intelligence why wasn't the intelligence there to let us know that it was there? And again, Biden is at Camp David, you know, and again, we don't know whether they're going to shoot it down or not. It's got to be safely off the shore. You know, if they shoot it down in United States waters, so it will come down in United States waters, it's still close. United States waters, it still could impact the citizens of Myrtle Beach, because that's where it's at, over Myrtle Beach right now. So we're seeing, okay, I'm going to bring this up over here so you all can see this. This is the airspace that they have closed down. And as you can see, now this is right here off the coast of North Carolina. This is Virginia Beach. This is Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. This is there. Now, we're more inland. This is where we're at. This is where I'm at. This is Goldsboro, North Carolina, home of Seymour Johnson Air Force Base. And as you notice, the FAA have closed down our airspace. This is Wilmington, North Carolina. And you see how close proximity Wilmington and Goldsboro is. And I'm sure this thing probably took the route of Fayetteville, because there's Air Force bases over in that area. And then this is the other section where the airspace have been closed down. Like I said, Wilmington, and then you have North Myrtle Beach, and then you have Charleston. This here is where this balloon is now. Now they want to take it down into American waters, but you see how close the coastline is. They don't want to take it down in international waters. Okay, so this is where we're at now with this thing right here. So I just want some feedback as far as what you all think. As far as what you all think, because this is crazy. It said, they want to take it down. Fighter jets are all around. I'm assuming it won't be long. They're going to take it down, okay? They're going to take this down. This is over in Myrtle Beach. Let's show you some more footage. All right, this looks like this is some action going here. Right here, this is 2 seconds in. We definitely need to know what is going on here. Well, we know what's going on, but when are they going to bring this thing down? When are they going to bring it down? So, we need some answers from the president. He need to come out of hiding of Camp David and There are just so many questions here, as far as this white orbit, this, coming around. And evidently it states, the Associated Press is stating that the balloon is just an errant civilian airship used mainly for meteorology research that went off course due to winds and has only limited self-steering capabilities. I don't believe that. I believe that's something that they're trying to tell the American citizens to make our fears. Because if it was a weather station, that would have been took it down. Okay. There's something else. The United States says that it is a Chinese spy balloon without a doubt. Its presence prompted the Secretary of State, Antonio Blinken, to cancel his weekend trip to China that was aimed at dialing down tensions that were already high between the countries. The Pentagon says the balloon, which is carrying sensors and surveillance equipment, is maneuverable and has shown it can change course. It has lauded over sensitive areas of Montana where nuclear warheads are siloed, leading the military to take action to prevent it from collecting intelligence. The Biden administration is moving ahead with plans to shoot it down once it's above the Atlantic Ocean, where the remnants could be potentially recovered, according to two U.S. officials on Saturday who spoke on condition of anonymity to discuss the sensitive operation. In a brief remark Saturday, in response to a reporter's question about the balloon, Joe Biden said, "We're going to take care of it." I mean, what kind of, this is what you get. We're going to take care of it. This is an answer to a spy balloon from our enemy. We're going to take care of it. Oh no, you need to give some answers. You need to give some answers. Other than that, we need real answers, not some craziness about we're going to take care of it. This Chinese spy balloon, has been in our airspace, going over sensitive military bases where there is nuclear at our bases, our air flights, our capabilities, our maneuvers, everything, our aircraft, our military equipment, taking data, sending it back. As I stated, it's not like it used to be when we had it had to fly back to where it came from to take the data. But now they can transmit information through satellite. Every area of the country that this balloon has traveled over, that data has already been transmitted back. And why was it allowed to travel across from Montana days ago to the coast of South Carolina, covering all of the military bases? Like I said, from the coast of North Carolina, all the military bases that's here. It's been allowed to fly over with nothing being done. That's the question. I'm going to bring up this map again so you can see it. The trajectory of this thing and the airspaces that has been that what the FAA have blocked. And we'll go over to here from Virginia Beach, Kitty Hawk. These are military bases over here. Going over here, coming over here. You have Goldsboro, which is Seymour Johnson Air Force Base, where we're located at. Seymour Johnson. We have like I stated, Seymour Johnson Air Force Base has the most high-tech aircraft in the entire military. There is no other base in the United States and the world that has more high-technology aircraft than what Seymour Johnson Air Force Base has. Okay? It was allowed to travel over this area. It was allowed to travel over here in Wilmington Air Force Base, Jacksonville, North Carolina. We got bases right in this area, Fayetteville, North Carolina. There are bases there, even though the airspace wasn't shut down. These all are areas of where that's heavily concentrated with military bases. And it was allowed to travel. Now, this came from Montana now. And there's also Air Force bases through that state. And like I stated, in Montana, there are military bases there, and it has our nuclear things lay out over there in Montana. Okay? So this was allowed to travel all of these areas. It's currently now, like I stated, over in Myrtle Beach. It is over in Myrtle Beach now. Okay? So we definitely are on this story. Again, if any of you viewers are in the Myrtle Beach area, bring it. Okay, they just shot down in East Myrtle Beach. This is 6 seconds ago. Okay, they just shot it down. All right. They just shot it down.
There. Different websites here. We're checking with the Associated Press. We're checking Twitter on several different official. Oh.
Boom, there you go.
I believe it just happened there. Different websites here. We're checking with the Associated Press. We're checking Twitter on several different official. Oh.
Okay, so they've shot the balloon down. But right now, as we stated, thank you for following. Please, everybody, like, share, and subscribe. But as we stated, this has come from Montana to North Carolina. I mean, on the coast of South Carolina. This has traveled all over our military bases, places where people don't even know where certain things are in the United States. This has been shot down. And, you know, we're bringing it to you live. We're bringing it to you hot. We're so happy that it's been shot down. But it's a grave concern. Again, where did it come from? Why didn't the United States notice it until it got in Montana? Why was it allowed to travel from Montana over all the airspaces to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, going over military base after military base after military base? Also, why, you know, there should be some, you know, this, like the Pentagon said, this balloon is carrying sensors, surveillance equipment, and is maneuverable and has shown it can change course. It has loitered, which means it stood still. It stopped. It took its time. It took photographs. It took data over sensitive areas of Montana where nuclear warheads are siloed, leading the military to take action to prevent it from collecting intelligence. It stayed over Montana. It hovered over Montana where our nuclear warheads are. So now China already knows where it is, where our nuclear warheads are. Why wasn't this taken into consideration? Yes, this is totally unacceptable. It is totally unacceptable. Most definitely coming in. It can do a number of things to damage our security. Because now that they know where our nuclear warheads are, only thing they have to do is target where our nuclear warhead, you know, they know where the nuclear warheads are in Montana. Again, like I said, the Pentagon stated that this spy balloon loitered over Montana where our nuclear warheads are stationed. You know, Someone knows, because this should not have been allowed. Where was our intelligence? Where was the FBI, CIA, Homeland Security? Where were they? Did they not receive intelligence that this thing was coming, or did they receive it and ignore it? These questions need to be answered, and they need to be answered now. We in America now are not safe as far as our security with things that we had that was not disclosed before. It is disclosed now. They know where these things are. And for Joe Biden to say, we're going to take care of it. What is that? Just to shoot it down? What you going to do about it? That is unacceptable from a president. Out of all of this, his only statement is, we're going to take care of it. This is the balloon being shot down. You're going to take care of it. So you shoot down the balloon. What about our national security now? What about our national security, Joe Biden? Because now we are definitely not as secure as we were before. And I'll tell you right now that we are not secure. We are not secure. We are not secure. We are not secure. We are definitely not secure. Okay, so let's look at it again. I'm going to bring this up so we can see when it was shot, the actual shot, a clearer shot of it when they shot it down. But like I stated, we are not secure. Montana, that is where our nuclear warheads are stored. Seymour Johnson Air Force Base, we have the most advanced military aircraft technology of all the military planes in the United States military, not including the other military bases that it came over. Camp Lejeune, Fayetteville, all of our military bases here on the coast. These things were allowed to hover over in Montana, loiter. As American citizens, we need to be concerned. And as they stated, within 2 years, 2025, they were stating that we would be at war with China. Now China has all the intelligence that they need. It is too late. It takes many, many years to move these types of things around. It's not like your phone, your cell phone. I can pick it up and take it across town or whatever. We're talking about nuclear warheads. These things cannot be easily moved. How did this thing get into United States airspace? Why wasn't our government able to shoot this thing down before it even entered the United States? Why was this thing allowed to loiter over, take pictures, do surveillance over Montana, where the United States nuclear warheads are stored? Why was this spy balloon allowed to travel from Montana all the way over to the East Coast, where there are so many Air Force bases? Also, since they did not know, they did not say anything or know this thing until Montana, has this balloon covered the entire circumference of the United States? Did it cover California and all over? It wasn't noticed until Montana. This is them destroying the balloon. But what is that going to do? The information has been transmitted through satellite, I'm sure. It was transmitted through satellite. And how much of the United States has this covered? How many times? Is this the only Chinese air spy balloon over our airspace? There's so many questions that we as citizens of the United States need to be asking our government. And for the president of the United States, when asked about this serious issue, the only thing he says is, oh, we're going to take care of it. No, boo. This is a national security issue to every citizen of the United States of America. Every citizen that lives, or anybody that lives in the United States of America, should be concerned. You all need to, and we need to ask our representatives, contact the White House. We need answers other than we're going to take care of it. Don't give us no easy story about, well, we shot it down. Well, what did they collect? You allowed them to travel our whole nation because you didn't notice it until Montana. Was it over the Air Force bases and the bases over in California? Did it cover all the bases here in the United States? Do they have these spy balloons over our military bases abroad? These are things that American citizens, we need to know. We need to demand answers from our government. Do not feel don't feel good about the fact that, they shot it out of the sky over Myrtle Beach a few minutes ago. That is not what, while Biden is, but while he's leaving for Camp David, leaving the nation because he's like, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm on my way to Camp David and we're going to take care of it, but I'm on my way to Camp David. What kind of president does that? This is the same man that left our troops, our military people, men and women that serve in the military in Afghanistan. We need answers. We need answers. And like I said, do not feel secure that this has happened, that they shot it out of the air. It means nothing that they shot it out of the air. That's just like you go to somebody's house and you take a video and then you take all the video you want and then you upload it to the cloud or wherever you move the data, and then somebody take you drop and destroy your phone. That doesn't destroy the evidence. We as Americans need to be concerned. Like I stated, we just came on here live real quick to really give you all what is going on here in this nation. And what is going on in this nation is that American citizens need to demand answers as to, why wasn't our FBI, CIA, how long has this thing been in our airspace over the United States of America? Why was this, did it travel all across the country? Why was this Chinese spy balloon allowed to travel over where our nuclear, to loiter, not just travel, it loitered, it stayed, it sat, it took pictures, it took surveillance over where the nuclear warheads of the United States is stored in Montana, where our nuclear warheads are siloed in Montana. These are things that can be of concern. So then the president, your president of the United States, while he's on his way to Camp David, when asked by the reporter, what we going to do, what's up with this? His thing is, we're going to take care of it. That's the answer of the president of the United States while he's on his way to Camp David, while this balloon is traveling over the United States of America on our coast, over our military bases. No accountability. None. Absolutely zero. Yes, it's been shot down. But what does that do for us now? What does that do for us now? I'm telling you, I know that you all, I don't know whether you are, I know that our crew, our people are the crew of, we call it like the intelligence. We love our news, we love our politics. And we need some real question answered. Bring this smoke to our elected officials, because it is unacceptable why it was allowed to do what it did, and we need these questions answered. And this Chinese spy balloon has been flying at above 60,000 feet and was estimated to be the size of 3 school buses. And as this thing ended, going over the United States, over our military bases, while Joe, when asked about it, the president of the United States, on his way to Camp David, he's going to tell the American people, we're going to take care of it. After it's been allowed to travel, to go over sensitive information, where our nuclear warheads are stored, where our aircraft are stored, you know. But anyway, we're reporting here, Save News. You heard it here first. Public disclosure of the balloon this week prompted the council. Okay, well, we already talked about that as far as, you know, the cancellation of his visit, Belkin's visit to China. But yeah, now the Chinese Ministry and Foreign Affairs did not immediately respond to the question about a second balloon. Okay, so there's a second balloon. Okay, and the irresponsible act that China's decision to take this action on the eve, you know, he didn't take this action on the eve. This thing been in our airspace before Friday. Okay, you know, of course, China said that they denied any claims of spying, and it's a silver balloon used for meteorology. Yeah, right. Nobody believes that. You know, like the Pentagon said, this thing loitered over Montana, where our nuclear warheads are siloed. Okay? And if our military is at the point where, and not our military, if our intelligence are at the point that they're not getting intelligence that something of this nature is coming to our country, was it launched from inside the United States? And one thing, when we talk about on this station, on this network, about open borders, a lot of people think that we're just talking about a certain group of people. No, open borders mean people of all our enemies are coming through those borders. This could have launched within the United States of America. Because the borders are open, our enemies, the people that hate us from all over the world, we're not talking about just South America. We're talking about terrorists. We're talking about people that come into that cross over, and it's not just the southern border, it's the northern border too. Our enemies come in. Again, this could have launched within the United States of America itself. But I encourage all viewers, all of the people that watch Save News, to question, demand answers, not just question. Get definite answers. Demand that the Senate and the House, they do an investigation. The Intelligence Committee, they do an investigation into this. Why was this allowed on our soil? You know, America has never experienced war on their soil. And for China to have this balloon over Montana where our nuclear warheads are siloed, they don't even have to come to our soil. They know where to target and just annihilate the United States of America. Now, because of this balloon, we need, as American citizens, to demand our government today, you know, not Biden going off to Camp David talking about we're going to take care of it. You know, no, you ain't take care of nothing, because if you were taking care of it, if you were up on the military, it would have never been an issue here to even come into our airspace, to travel our country as far as we know, from Montana to the coast of North Carolina, South Carolina, covering all these military bases. Like I said, the Pentagon stated that the nuclear warheads are stationed in Montana, are siloed in Montana. And each military base, if you're familiar with military bases, and if we have any military personnel, either active duty or retired, that you can share, because I know certain things you all can't share, that's on this live, put in the chat. each base has something unique and special about it. Our base here in Goldsboro, United States Air Force Base, Seymour Johnson, our base here has the highest level of fighter warfare aircraft in all of the military. Period. That's what our base is known for. Different bases have a unique thing. The base in Montana is known for the nuclear warheads are stored in silos over there. And this was allowed to loiter over that. Now, I understand they couldn't shoot this thing down over Montana when they noticed it. Because if it's loitering over where our nuclear warheads are siloed, then if they would have shot it down, it would have caused a real issue. But the question that we all need, all right, so they've lifted the air stuff, because I'm hearing now for the first time aircraft coming in. Our boys and girls are flying in. I can hear them coming in from there, and I'm pretty sure probably those that shot this thing down was assisted probably by Seymour Johnson. I'm sure we were in the area because I just heard of a jet just come back into the base. So again, you all be safe out there. Make sure, write your senators, write your congressmen, write the president of the United States, and demand answers other than, we're going to take care of it. I'm on my way to Camp David. Yeah, this is idiocracy. This is the leadership that we have in this country. And it is really a shame that this is the leadership that we have in the United States of America. When something that could be so detrimental to our nation, not just the coast of North and South Carolina where it was shot down, but to the entire nation, that other than we're going to take care of it. Okay, so all right, so what I'm getting here is the result is that we won't be able to recover and examine the device. The self-destruct of the Chinese spy device blew up at approximately 20,000 feet during its free fall towards the Atlantic after it was shot down by a F-22. So, yeah. This is what we want to know. We want to know. So they're not going. So now, once it was shot down, it self-destructed. And this is according. I'm trying to get some more data to prove this, because I'm reading this from another site, and I want to make sure that it is. We know that it's been shot down, but we want to make sure that the information is that they won't be able to recover the data, because there was a self-destruction mechanism in it. Okay, so we're going to excuse me, because this thing have traveled thousands of miles across open seas and oceans. How does this happen? How does this happen? Who is watching the United States of America? There was a time in America that this would have never happened. Never. It would not have been allowed. We want to know. We need answers, America. We need answers. We know it's been shot down, but there are just so many questions. And okay, we've got this coming in. The U.S. officials say that it's likely a third Chinese spy balloon is conducting surveillance in another part of the world. That's coming from the Washington Post. But like I stated, if they're targeting America, so what do we know about them surveillance in other military bases internationally? That's what I said earlier. Where is our intelligence? Where is our intelligence? You know, like I said, they said that officials say there's likely a third Chinese surveillance balloon outside the United States, all part of an extensive surveillance program, the official said. And this is coming from Ellen Nakasmi, and she is check verified. She is a national security reporter with the Washington Post. So we are getting some information in right now. Everybody, I would encourage you, if you don't write letters, write an email, tweet your elected officials. This needs to be taken care of, and we need answers. Yes. Okay, now we have a surveillance balloon that passes over Alaska, Montana. So now we're getting information from Monica, whoever this is. She blue check mark. Don't know who she is, but I don't know how accurate her information as far as Alaska is. She's on the Alaskan public media. Okay. Now, wait a second. Let me pull up this article here, because we're going to need to look at this article that's giving more detail. Again, this is coming from the Alaska. We want this information here, because see, one thing about a lot of times mainstream media, they do not bring all the news. We have to okay. Now, this is coming from, let me find it here. Here you go. Passes over Alaska. This was on February 3rd. The State Department, so they're saying Montana, but now they know it's Alaska, okay? So State Department has postponed trip, Now, confidence, Chinese affair confirmed Friday that the balloon is theirs, but called it. Yep, we already know this. We know this. We know this. We've talked about this, but they're saying that, I thought they were saying that it originated out of Alaska. Again, we are unfamiliar with them. We want to believe them, but they're reporting something that the mainstream media is not reporting, and something at this level. We want to make sure that we are reporting accurate information, and right now we don't know whether that's the case. You're right. Okay, so now this is coming from the Associated Press, that they moved to recover the debris, which had been flying. So television footage showed a small explosion, which we're showing now, followed the balloon descension. U.S. military jets were seen flying in the vicinity. We know that. We want to know if anything was being able to be recovered, or was it, like it said, that it had a self-destruction device. One report that we got in, but sometimes when you're reporting something like this, there's a lot of misinformation that comes in, and we want to be careful on what we report. We want to know whether or not it had a self-destruction device on it. We don't know that to be a fact, so we're not going to really report on that. We'll probably come back when we have more information as far as that's concerned. We want information on why this thing was allowed in our airspace, why our intelligence community did not get more get word that this was coming. And if they can fly a balloon over our airspace and get into our airspace like that, then they can do other things to our nation. They can do other things to our nation, and it doesn't make the United States citizens feel secure when the president goes off. It's flying over the seas, and he goes to Camp David and says, "I'm off to Camp David. We're gonna take care of it." Like it's like it's an electric bill that you haven't paid. We're gonna take care of it. But anyway, everybody, this is a developing story. As we find out more information, I will definitely come back. I jumped on here when I noticed that they had closed down the Air Force Base. The airspaces, and I stopped hearing planes fly in and out of our airspace here at Seymour Johnson Air Force Base. I am proud of our military, but we have questions for the President of the United States, our elected officials, and our intelligence to wonder how this thing even got to where it was. How it got to where it was. Why was it allowed to travel our country and cover our military bases, especially in Montana, where our nuclear warhead is stored in silos, not just travel over, but loitered. That's the word that the Pentagon used, that it loitered over the airspace in Montana. Okay? So you all make sure you like, share, subscribe. I've been bringing this to you hot off the press. Please like, share, and subscribe. We always bring you the news and the things going on. But just because they destroy this, we need some serious questions need to be answered. And we as American citizens need to wake up, irrespective of who the president is or who's in the House and Senate, whatever. These are things that need to be answered. These are questions that need to be answered, because our entire nation now is in danger. If they can fly a balloon from over there, for wherever it originated from, we don't know where it originated from, to over our airspace all across our nation, they could have been doing anything, and they can do anything. They have the footage, they have surveillances of critical military bases, and we can't retrieve back that data. And like I stated, it's not easy. Living in a military town, I can tell you, it is not as easy to move like Montana. They cannot just up and move those nuclear warheads from Montana to another place that like easy like that. It's not possible. So hold your elected officials accountable. Send tweets, send messages, send whatever you need to do. But we need answers. All right, everybody. I'm going to come back with, once we find out more information, we'll probably try to do another live later this evening as more data and information comes in. But right now, we don't have that data, and I'm sure because it just happened that they're not, the information need to be secure, because we want accurate information. We just don't want information. We want accurate information. There's just too many questions that need to be answered. All right, everybody. Thank you again for joining us on Save News TV. We'll be back. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe so we can bring you more news. Thank you.